This video did not exist in your timeline until you directed your attention toward it. Take a deep breath and let that sink in. The screen in front of you, the voice you are hearing, the very room you are sitting in, none of it was fully solidified until your consciousness demanded it to be. Today we are going to tear down the veil of the physical world. We are going deep into the true nature of the observer effect and the hidden architecture of the quantum field. I promise you, by the time the screen fades to black at the end of this video, you will never look at your life, your body, or your struggles the same way again. You will finally understand your absolute, undeniable power as the prime creator of your physical experience. Tell me, have you ever felt a strange, unexplainable knowing that life is just a dream you are having? Have you ever noticed that the moment you truly let go of a burning desire, it suddenly manifests right in front of you? Before we go further, we must establish what the quantum field actually is. In our mystical understanding, it is not just a scientific concept measured by machines in a laboratory. The quantum field is the living, breathing ocean of infinite intelligence. It is a boundless sea of pure, unmanifested energy, often referred to as the wave of probability. In this invisible realm, every single timeline, every potential outcome, and every version of your life already exists simultaneously. But here is the secret. These potentials remain as invisible waves until a conscious presence interacts with them. This is the act of observation. But observation is not a passive act of simply opening your eyes and looking at the world. Observation is an intense, active, biological process. It is the focused beam of your awareness, colored by your beliefs and emotions, shining into the dark void to command the universe into a solid shape. You are not witnessing reality. You are forcing reality to materialize through the sheer gravity of your attention. Let us begin by shattering the greatest illusion of human existence. From the moment you were born, you were taught to look outside of yourself. You were conditioned to believe that the universe is vast, distant, and completely separate from your physical body. Society tells you that you are a tiny, insignificant speck floating through a cold, random cosmos. But what if I told you that this is a deliberate distortion of the truth? The concept of a reality that exists out there is a fundamental misunderstanding of quantum mechanics and spiritual law. The world you see around you right now is not an external environment that you simply happen to occupy. It is a direct, holographic projection of your internal state. When scientists observe subatomic particles, they discover that these particles do not exist in a fixed location until someone looks at them. Before observation, they are merely waves of infinite potential. This means the physical universe literally requires your consciousness to collapse it into a solid form. You are not a passive victim of circumstance. You are the ultimate projector. Everything you think is outside of you is actually happening entirely within the theater of your own mind. The separation you feel is nothing more than a trick of the senses, a necessary illusion designed to let your soul experience physical limitation. Now, let us redefine the very nature of your physical body. For centuries, biology has treated the human body as a simple mechanical machine, driven by chemical reactions and random genetic lotteries. But mystical traditions and advanced quantum theories point to something far more miraculous. Your physical form is not just meat and bone. It is the most sophisticated, highly advanced quantum receiver and transmitter in the known universe. Specifically, your genetic code. Your DNA is not just a biological blueprint that determines the color of your eyes or the shape of your face. It is a multi-dimensional antenna. Russian researchers have already discovered that DNA can literally be reprogrammed by words and frequencies. It reacts to language and thought. Your DNA reads the energetic environment of the quantum field and translates it into physical reality. This means the field of infinite possibilities is not floating out in space somewhere. It is physically coiled inside the nucleus of every single cell in your body. You are carrying the entire universe inside your genetic makeup. The cosmic web is woven into your biology. This brings us to the fatal flaw in how most people understand manifestation. The mainstream self-help industry has popularized the idea of the law of attraction. They tell you to visualize what you want, send your desires out into the universe, and wait for the universe to deliver it back to you. But do you see the trap in this mindset? The very word attraction implies that the thing you want is currently far away from you. It reinforces the illusion of distance. It makes you believe that abundance, perfect health, or profound love is sitting outside of your current reality, and you must somehow use your mind as a magnet to pull it across time and space. This creates a subtle frequency of lack. As long as you are trying to attract something, you are fundamentally observing its absence in your present moment. And because the quantum field only mirrors your current state of observation, it will perfectly manifest your state of waiting, lacking, and wanting. You will remain forever in the vibration of chasing. Here is where the quantum shift occurs. You must understand that you do not attract anything. You activate it. Because the quantum field is entirely contained within your own consciousness and mirrored in your DNA, every possible version of reality is already sitting dormant inside of you right now. The wealth you desire is not in a future bank account. It is a latent frequency within your cellular structure. The healing you seek is not in a distant hospital. It is a sleeping code within your biology. To manifest is not to pull something toward you, but to turn on a switch inside your own being. It is an activation of a parallel timeline that is already yours. Think of a television set. All the channels are broadcasting in the room simultaneously. The television does not need to attract the sports channel or the news channel. It simply tunes its internal receiver to the exact frequency of that broadcast. When you shift your emotional and mental state, you are changing the dial on your biological antenna to activate the reality that matches your new vibration. So, how exactly do your thoughts interact with this quantum antenna? Your thoughts are not just meaningless voices in your head. They are measurable electrical impulses. Every time you hold a thought, you are sending a highly specific electrical signal out into the quantum field. When you focus your mind on a single clear intention, you are forcing the wave of probability to stop fluctuating and collapse into a particle. This is the essence of the observer effect. But a fleeting thought is not enough. The universe does not respond to what you think about once or twice a day. It responds to your dominant, resting state of consciousness. If you spend 5 minutes visualizing success, but spend the next 15 hours subconsciously worrying about failure, you are constantly collapsing the wave function into a reality of struggle. Your mind is like a laser beam. Where you point it, reality must solidify. This is why mastering your focus is not just a self-improvement tool. It is the fundamental requirement for bending the fabric of space and time to your will. However, thought alone is only half of the equation. If thought is the electrical signal that directs the field, emotion is the magnetic charge that draws the physical experience into your dense, three-dimensional reality. Your heart produces an electromagnetic field that is thousands of times stronger than your brain. This means your emotions are the true engine of creation. You cannot simply think your way into a new reality if your body is trapped in the emotions of the past. If you are visualizing wealth while feeling deep, crushing anxiety about debt, your heart is broadcasting a magnetic signature of lack. The quantum field does not listen to your words, it listens to your frequency. It only understands the language of vibration. To truly activate a new reality, you must achieve heart and brain coherence. You must elevate your emotion to match the intention of your thought. You must feel the gratitude, the joy, and the relief of your desire before it actually happens in the physical world. This emotional signature is the literal code that unlocks your dormant DNA. Let us look at how the observer effect plays out in your daily life. What does it actually mean to be the observer? It goes far beyond simply looking at a situation. Observation is your absolute expectation of what is going to happen next. It is the deep, subconscious knowing that dictates the behavior of the quantum particles around you. Have you ever noticed that when you are in a terrible mood, everything seems to go wrong? You spill your coffee, you hit every red light, and people are rude to you. This is not a string of bad luck. This is you acting as an unconscious observer, expecting a negative reality and forcing the quantum field to provide you with physical evidence of your bad mood. Conversely, when you are in a state of high vibration and flow, doors open magically, and perfect strangers offer you incredible opportunities. Your state of being is the lens through which the field collapses. You cannot change the reflection in the mirror by touching the glass. You can only change the reflection by changing the person standing in front of it. As you begin to consciously activate your new reality, the universe will start communicating with you. This communication comes in the form of synchronicity. Carl Jung defined synchronicity as a meaningful coincidence, but through the lens of quantum mysticism, we know there are no coincidences. A synchronicity is a direct feedback loop from the quantum field. It is the universe winking at you, confirming that your biological frequency is beginning to match a new timeline. When you start seeing repeating numbers like 1111, or you hear a stranger say the exact phrase you were just thinking about, or you receive an unexpected phone call that perfectly solves your problem, pay close attention. These are not random events. They are the physical manifestation of the invisible waves you are collapsing. Synchronicity is the breadcrumb trail leading you into your activated reality. Do not dismiss these moments as mere chance. Acknowledge them, feel gratitude for them, and use them to build unshakable faith in your power as a creator. To fully step into this power, you must confront the great deception of time and space. We are conditioned to believe that time moves in a straight line from past to present to future. We believe that space separates us from our goals. But in the quantum realm, there is no time and there is no space. Quantum entanglement proves that two particles can be connected instantly, regardless of the distance between them, faster than the speed of light. This means the universe is entirely non-local. Everything that has ever happened, and everything that ever will happen, is occurring right now in the eternal present moment. Your past traumas and your future victories exist simultaneously in the vast void of the field. Therefore, you do not have to wait for time to pass to heal, and you do not have to cross physical distance to achieve your dreams. The only distance between you and your desired reality is a shift in frequency. When you change your vibration in the present moment, you literally reorganize your past and instantly connect with your future. This leads us to the crucial work of reprogramming your biological antenna. If your DNA is the hardware, your subconscious beliefs are the software running the system. From childhood, you have downloaded programs of limitation, unworthiness, and fear from your parents, your culture, and society. These subconscious programs act as static on your quantum receiver. They block the pure signal of your conscious intentions. You may consciously want abundance, but if your subconscious programming dictates that money is evil or that you are not good enough, that deep-seated belief will override your conscious desire every single time. The static will prevent the activation. To change your reality, you must become a hacker of your own mind. You must dive into the dark waters of your subconscious and rewrite the code. This involves observing your own limiting thoughts without judgment, tracing them back to their origin, and consciously replacing them with frequencies of truth and empowerment. You must clear the static so the signal can ring true. There is a specific tool you possess that acts as the ultimate command code for your quantum reality. It is the phrase, "I am." In ancient mystical traditions, these words were considered the sacred name of God, and from a quantum perspective, we understand exactly why. Whatever you place after the words, "I am," you are permanently wiring into your cellular biology. You are declaring it as an absolute truth to the universe, and the field has no choice but to construct a reality that proves you right. When you say, "I am tired," "I am broke," or "I am unlucky," you are literally cursing your own existence. You are commanding the atoms in your body and the environment around you to manifest exhaustion, poverty, and misfortune. But when you consciously take control of these words, everything changes. When you stand in conviction and declare, "I am the creator of my reality, I am boundless abundance, I am perfect health," you send a shockwave of activation through your DNA. You are no longer describing your state, you are dictating it. So, what does it actually feel like when you make this quantum shift? What happens when you stop desperately trying to attract and start peacefully activating? The most immediate symptom is a profound sense of relief. The desperate, anxious energy of needing something to happen completely evaporates. It is replaced by a calm, unshakable knowing. You stop checking your bank account every 5 minutes. You stop constantly looking for validation from the outside world. You no longer feel the need to manipulate people or force situations to go your way. Because you know, with absolute certainty, that the reality you desire is already active within you. It is just a matter of time before it solidifies in the physical realm. This state of knowing is the ultimate surrender. You are not giving up on your desires. You are giving up the illusion that you do not already have them. When you can sit in an empty room and feel as much joy and gratitude as you would if you had millions of dollars and perfect love, you have mastered the matrix. As you hold this new frequency, you will encounter the phenomenon of the phantom reality. This is a crucial phase where many people fail. The phantom reality is the current physical world you are looking at right now. Your current bank balance, your current living situation, your current physical health. When you start doing quantum work, your external circumstances will not always change overnight. The three-dimensional world is dense, and it takes time for the collapsed waves to materialize. Therefore, your current reality is nothing more than a dead echo of your past observations. It is the leftover shadow of who you used to be. The test is this. Will you let the dead echo convince you that the new reality is not working? Most people look at the lack in front of them, feel disappointment, and immediately drop their frequency back to the old state. To master the field, you must learn to look at your current circumstances without emotionally reacting to them. You must treat them as a fading illusion while keeping your inner vision fiercely locked on the new activation. To sustain this level of focus, you literally have to upgrade your neurological hardware. Your brain is a record of the past. Its neural pathways are wired to fire in familiar patterns, keeping you addicted to old emotions and old realities. When you try to hold a new frequency, your body will rebel. It will send signals of anxiety, doubt, and fear to your brain, demanding the familiar chemical cocktail of your past suffering. This is where meditation and deep focus become non-negotiable. Meditation is not just about relaxing. It is the process of getting beyond your analytical mind, entering the void of the quantum field, and physically pruning away old synaptic connections. When you meditate deeply, you lower your brainwaves from the stressful beta state into the creative alpha and theta states. In this deeply relaxed yet highly focused state, your brain becomes malleable. You are neuroplastically rewiring your brain to look like the future has already happened. You are preparing your nervous system to physically hold the energy of your new life. When your biology is updated and your frequency is stabilized, you will begin to experience what society calls miracles. But we know better. A miracle is not a violation of the laws of nature. It is simply the application of a higher, unseen law. What looks like magic to the uninitiated is just quantum physics in action. A miraculous healing, a sudden windfall of money, or an impossible coincidence is simply you executing a quantum jump. A quantum jump occurs when your biological frequency aligns so perfectly with a parallel timeline that your consciousness literally hops from one track of reality to another. In an instant, the rules of your old reality no longer apply. The disease vanishes. The debt is wiped out. The perfect partner appears out of nowhere. These things seem impossible from the perspective of the timeline you left behind, but they are completely natural in the timeline you just activated. Miracles are the standard operating procedure for a fully awakened human who understands their power. This entire process requires you to ruthlessly reclaim your sovereignty. For far too long, humanity has played the role of the victim. We have blamed the economy, our parents, the government, and even our genetics for our suffering. But the quantum field is completely neutral. It does not judge you, it does not punish you, and it does not reward you. It only perfectly reflects you. To become the conscious creator of your life, you must take 100% responsibility for everything that is currently in it. The good, the bad, and the horrific. You must accept that on some level, conscious or subconscious, your frequency allowed it to manifest. This is a difficult pill to swallow, but it is the ultimate liberation. Because if you created this current mess through unconscious observation, it means you have the exact same power to create a masterpiece through conscious activation. You are not a pawn on the chessboard of life. You are the player, the board, and the game itself. The universe is not happening to you, it is happening entirely through you. There is a sacred space within you where all of this creation takes place. Mystics call it the void, the 0-point field, or the still point. It is the silent gap between your thoughts. When you are constantly thinking, worrying, and analyzing, you are trapped in the known world. You are simply recycling old information. But when you can quiet your mind and enter the stillness, you step into the realm of the unknown. The 0-point field is the space of infinite potential. It is dark, it is empty, and yet it contains the blueprint for everything that could ever exist. In this stillness, there is no body, no identity, no time, and no space. You become pure consciousness. It is from this deep, empty void that true creation occurs. When you drop a clear intention into the stillness of the void, it creates a massive ripple across the quantum fabric. You do not need to struggle or force things to happen. You only need to learn how to access the still point, plant your seed of intention, and let the infinite intelligence of the field do the heavy lifting. As you navigate this journey, you will experience bizarre phenomena that prove your multidimensional nature. Take déjà vu, for example. Mainstream science tries to explain it away as a neurological glitch, but quantum mysticism offers a much more profound truth. Déjà vu is a momentary intersection of parallel timelines. It is your consciousness briefly tuning into an alternate reality where you are experiencing the exact same moment, or it is a memory of a future you have already visited in the quantum field. Similarly, your vivid dreams are not just random firings of a sleeping brain. When your conscious mind shuts down, your soul travels freely through the quantum field. You visit alternate lives, you interact with other energies, and you download new codes into your dormant DNA. Pay attention to the themes of your dreams and the bizarre sensations of déjà vu. They are proof that your consciousness is far vastly larger than your physical body, and that you are constantly navigating a multiverse of infinite probabilities. Now, let us discuss the ultimate goal of this awakening. It is not just about manifesting a nicer car or a bigger house. While those things are fine, they are incredibly small uses of your divine technology. The true purpose of mastering the observer effect and activating your DNA is to embody your highest self. It is to bring the frequency of pure, unconditional love, boundless creativity, and divine intelligence down into the dense, physical world. You are here to act as a bridge between the unmanifested quantum void and the three-dimensional Earth. When you activate your dormant codes, your body literally holds more light. You become a beacon. Your mere presence begins to elevate the frequency of the room you walk into. You heal others just by standing near them because your coherent electromagnetic field overrides their chaotic static. You stop trying to manipulate the world, and you simply become the living, breathing embodiment of the reality you wish to see. You transform from a human searching for the divine into the divine experiencing humanity. The time for playing small is over. The universe is waiting for your command. The quantum field is not out there in the stars. It is whispering through your veins. It is folded into the spiral of your DNA. Every time you breathe, you are interacting with infinite potential. Every time you feel, you are molding the fabric of reality. Stop looking for saviors outside of yourself. Stop waiting for the stars to align. You are the alignment. The power that creates galaxies, that sparks stars into existence, is the exact same power beating your heart right now. You just forgot how to use it. But by watching this, the remembering has begun. The codes inside of you are lighting up. The old timeline is collapsing, and the new one is forming around your current frequency. Step into your sovereignty. Reclaim your biological technology. Observe with intention, feel with absolute certainty, and watch as the world bends to the will of your awakened consciousness. The illusion is shattered. The Creator has awakened. And so, we arrive at the ultimate revelation. You are not a person existing inside a reality. You are reality itself, observing itself from a specific point of view. The universe is not a place you live in. It is a profound biological and energetic extension of who you are. You do not need to attract anything from the outside because everything you could ever dream of is waiting to be activated from within your own DNA. Thank you for taking this journey with me. If this transmission shifted your awareness, please subscribe to the channel and leave a like to help others find this message. To permanently lock in this new frequency, write this exact phrase in the comments below. I am the observer, actively creating my reality. I want to hear from you. What strange signs, repeating numbers, or unexplainable synchronicities have you noticed in your life lately? Share your quantum feedback in the comments.